morning, muscles! It's Mr. Fallon and it's Monday. So excited for you to be joining us on Good Morning Muscles. Remember, Good Morning Muscles is your daily kickstarter for what's going to be an amazing day. It's uploaded every single morning, 6 a.m. Wake up, find Good Morning Muscles, do it, get stronger, have some fun, and then continue on with what's going to be an amazing day. Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Let's do it. Alright, we're getting warmed up now. And today's warm-up, we're going to do a husky-size warm-up. We're going to do a special NASCAR husky-size warm-up. Do you know the sport NASCAR? The sport NASCAR is car racing. If you've never seen it, most of the time in NASCAR, the cars drive around in what shape? If you said circle or oval, most of the time, that's what shape track they drive around in. And there's a whole bunch of cars, like 40 cars on the track. They're all racing each other. Today, we're going to do a husky-size warm-up. And to start off the race, they do something called a pace lap. So all the cars get really close. They have a pace car that leads them around the track. And the pace car goes pretty slow. So let's jog pretty slow around in a circle, following the pace car. And again, the pace car leads the cars around the track in a nice pack so that nobody can get a head start when the race starts. And then when the race starts, there's somebody up in a flag booth, and they wave a flag. You know what color flag they wave to start a race? To start the race, they wave a green flag. Oh, it's a green flag. Now we're going to go faster. We're racing around in a circle. Very nice, very strong. Oh, Mr. Fallon's getting dizzy. I should have thought this out a little bit before I decided to do it. And if there's a crash, the person up in the flag booth waves a flag, and the flag color he waves is yellow. Oh, and that's called a caution. And all the cars all slow down. And they go nice and slow. When the pace car comes back out, it starts leading them around the track nice and slow. While they get the crash and they clean up the crash and get all of the broken cars off of the track so they can race again. And oftentimes, when there's a crash and there's a yellow flag, the cars drive down the pit road to get some gasoline. So let's drive down the pit road, and now we're going to be a pit crew person. And we're going to fill up the car with gas. It's a really big can. Fill it up with gas. Dump that gas in there. And what else do they do? Oh, they change the tires. Let's bend down and change this tire. Pull it off. Bend down, change this tire. Pull it off. Come over to this side. Change this tire. Pull it off. Change this tire. Pull it off. Oh, we need to put it back on now. Here, grab the tire. Put it on. Put it on. Come over here. Put this tire on. And then over to this side. Put the tire on. And then over to the back. Get the tire put on. And drive off. And those people have to try to do it as fast as they can, because that's part of the race. Now we're on the pace lap again, going nice and slow. And what color flag do we have to wait for? Oh, when we get the green flag, it's back to the race. Green flag, go! And we're racing, and we're racing, and we'll keep racing until the flag person has the white flag. The white flag means it's the final lap. And we're racing, waiting for the white flag. Oh, the white flag's out. It's the final lap. Race, 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 race. And then the race ends when the person with the flag waves the checkered flag. And the race is over. Woo! How did you do? Did you win your race, muscles? Nice job. joke for you. Why are robots never afraid? Because they have nerves of steel. It's now time for Top 3. Today, we're going to talk about Mr. Fallon's top 3 favorite vegetables. You're going to put your top 3 favorite vegetables in the comments below. I like to see your top 3, so make sure you do it. All right, Mr. Fallon's top 3 favorite vegetables. Number 3, butternut squash. Number 2, corn on the cob. And number 1, it's broccoli. Put your top 3 in the comment section below. Do you have any that are the same as Mr. Fallon? Alright, boys and girls, it's now time for Spot Run Story Time. We're reading Wayside School's Falling Down. If you missed it, we had 2 episodes go up over the weekend where we read chapter 15 and chapter 16. Go back, spot run through them if you missed them. Book is crazy, and there were some really good stories over the weekend. Today we're moving on to chapter 17. It's called What? It was purple. So Jenny read the story backward. When she finished, she threw up. Okay, said Jenny. So read the story backward, suggested Mrs. Jules. That way the beginning will be a surprise. But I already know how the story ends, Jenny complained. I only like stories with surprise endings. Good point, said Mrs. Jules. Here, you can read the story yourself. It's very funny. She gave the book to Jenny. All I heard was the last sentence, said Jenny. It isn't funny unless you know what happened first. Why aren't you laughing, Jenny? Asked Mrs. Jules. Didn't you think it was a funny story? That made Dina laugh harder. There goes Gigglebox, said Myron. Everybody laughed except for Jenny. Dana laughed hysterically. Mrs. Jules looked back at the story she had been reading before Jenny's interruption. There was only one sentence left for her to read. She read it to the class. Jenny made a face. She could still taste the awful stuff. And next time you'll drink your prune juice more quickly, said Mrs. Jules. Jenny sat down. Mrs. Jules waited for Jenny to sit down. Jenny wrote her name on the blackboard under the word discipline. Well, that's no excuse, said Mrs. Jules. Now go write your name on the blackboard under the word discipline. I couldn't leave the table until I finished it, explained Jenny, and then I missed the bus. What does prune juice have to do with anything, asked Mrs. Jules. Because I hate prune juice, Jenny griped. Why are you late, asked Mrs. Jules. I can't hear you, said Jenny. I better take off my helmet. She took off her helmet. Take off your helmet, said Mrs. Jules. What? Asked Jenny. Why are you late? Asked Mrs. Jules. Jenny caught her breath. What? She asked. She couldn't hear too well because she was still wearing the motorcycle helmet. Mrs. Jules looked up from the story she had been reading to the class. You're late, she said. She hopped off the bike in front of Wayside School and charged up the stairs. Her stomach was still going up and down as she opened the door to Mrs. Jules' room. She put on her helmet. Then her father drove her to school on the back of his motorcycle. It was a very bumpy ride. Put on your helmet, said her father. I'll drive you to school on the back of my motorcycle. I missed the bus, Jenny grumbled. What are you doing home? Asked her mother. She finally got it all down, then hurried as fast as she could to the bus stop. When she got there, the bus was just pulling away. She sighed, then turned around and ran all the way back home. Her mother wouldn't let her leave the breakfast table until she finished her prune juice. It took her forever. She hated prune juice more than anything in the world. One day, Jenny was late for school. Did you get it? The story was backwards. That was wild. Our steps Tomorrow on Good Morning Muscles, we're moving on to Chapter 18, The Substitute. Game time, here we go. All right, this week on Game Time, we are playing soccer. And today for Game Time, whoa, hey, here we go. For Game Time today, we're going to use our ball that bounces. And today, we're going to work on our first soccer skill. And remember, when you play soccer, you're not allowed to touch it with what part of your body? You're not allowed to touch it with your hands. So your challenge all week long is when we're doing Game Time is not to touch your ball with your hands. The first thing what we'd like you to see you do, set your ball down, stand behind it, and step on it. And keep switching your feet. Just barely touch your ball. Get used to touching it with your feet. Very good. Keep going back and forth. Don't let your ball bounce. Just step right on. All right, let's do it 10 more times. 9 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now, boys and girls, we are ready to practice some of this skill. Do you remember what this skill is called? This skill is called soccer dribbling. Let's see you go ahead and dribble your soccer ball all around. And then when Mr. Fallon says trap it, step on your ball and trap it. And after your ball's trapped, you don't need to stand on it, just stand next to it. All right, let's dribble. Keep it really close. Dribble, 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 and trap it. And once it's trapped, just stand next to it. And dribble again. Dribble, 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 trap. Dribble, 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 trap. And do you know what part of your foot you should use to dribble? Our best soccer dribblers use every single part of their foot. Front, back, top, bottom, inside, and outside. Let's go ahead and try that. Dribbling with all the parts of our feet. Front, back, top, bottom, inside, outside, and trap it. And dribble. Front, back, top, inside, outside, all the parts of your foot, and trap it. And here we go again. Dribble. Dribble, 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 and trap it. Oh, Mr. Fallon missed it. And here we go again. This time, let's see if you can dribble only with the front of your foot. Only using your toes. And keep it really close. And trap it. And now, let's see if you can dribble only with the outside of your foot. Good. And trap it. And now only the inside of your foot. And trap it. And now the back of your feet. Ooh, and keep it really close. And trap it. And now how about you point your toes down and dribble with the top of your feet. And trap it. And now how about the bottom of your feet? And keep it really close. Keep it really close, the bottom of your feet. And trap it. Boys and girls, practice all those types of dribbling because tomorrow we're going to have 4 dribbling challenges for you. You're going to need to be really good for those dribbling challenges. So practice them. Boys and girls, nice work today. That was a lot of fun. This was a great Monday. This is going to be an awesome day for you, I can tell. Thanks for joining me today. Make sure you're back here tomorrow. We're going to have some more soccer skills for us to practice tomorrow. We're going to have a sumo warm-up and have so much more fun along the way. Until then, see you tomorrow. Muscle!